There we go. Okay. Hey, ladies, thank you again for joining me this morning. Late as usual. I'm sorry, but I'm on now, so we're good to go. Thank you so much again for hopping on. Before we dive into the details of what to expect in the second half of our program, I wanted to share with you guys some scale and non-scale victories that I have been hearing back from you. And this is just the halfway point. Actually, the halfway point is on Sunday. So because we're extending it that extra week. So approaching the halfway point of the program, it's incredible to see, to read through these. So Kim said, no more muffin top, far more energy. Oh, I love that. Reduced puffiness and water retention. That's from Kelly. That's awesome. My back is slimming down, Christy. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. I was putting Knox to sleep last night, and he was grabbing that little fold right there. I hate that. Getting my nutrition back on track. No more mindless snacking. Ooh, that's good, Megan. And then Holly reported 8 pounds down already. Oh, that's awesome. Guys, I don't want to encourage you to focus solely on the scale. Just know that it's one tool to gauge progress. And even then, it's just a snapshot of that particular day, morning. So don't, if you're not seeing, well, the scale hasn't changed, let's take a look at your measurements, how your clothes fit, your energy, and then we can kind of go from there. So that way you're not, that there's other ways to gauge your progress and make sure that you're staying on track. Let's talk through kind of some housekeeping items. If you have, haven't shared your victories or your wins so far, please feel free, shoot me an email or post them on our group page. I'm really excited to be back to a normal routine. Well, a new normal routine. Now that Mia's situated with her cast and all of that stuff. So I am going to be back and far more engaged and ready to go. I thank you guys so much for your patience during those last few days, because it has been crazy. So hearing those non-scale victories and scale victories, I want to address and make sure that you understand that, it takes us anywhere between 3 to 5 weeks to notice a change in our shape, whether it's the way our clothes fit or our energy level, or even, possibly the scale. And normally another 8 to 12 weeks will go by before others, start to take notice. Coworkers, friends, possibly even hubbies, And so because of all of that, nearly all of my clients complete a second round of the program. And almost everyone, does that follow-up round to really dial it in, because at that point, they've learned the nutrition cycle. They understand, what low-carb day feels like. They're more confident, and then can really focus on just hitting the numbers and getting those workouts in. Because a lot of times too, that if we've got too much on our plate, we might not do the workouts. But as long as we're eating right, so it's just a bigger payoff because you understand the program now, and the learning curve is gone. And then from there, they'll move into a custom program or a maintenance plan. And so just keep that in mind, going as we, get through this second half on the program. And ladies, if you're on the call or watching this replay and you're loving the program and seeing improvements and you want to share your experience, I would love for you to join my referral program. It's super easy. You just use a link on my site, and when you share the program with your friends or family, and that friend or family member registers, they list you as a referral, and you'll receive a 50% commission from their registration. So roughly about $75 per referral. Guys, the reason that I offer a referral program and a pretty generous one is because I take our partnership as a coach and a client and a friend seriously. And if you're putting yourself out there and, you're sharing what you've, how, like the improvements you've seen and the changes you've seen, and you want to encourage, if you've got a girlfriend or whoever, that, is like struggling and seeing you do it, it's so cool to be able to say, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. You should totally do it with me. But it's just that extra motivation and accountability, since I don't get to see you every day. I don't get to talk with you every day. And so that's what is most important to me, is that, that we're building a movement, of empowering women by helping them to gain confidence on the gym floor and when they approach their plate. Because when women are confident in those abilities, man, that just goes into so many other areas of our lives. So I am more than happy to give you 50% of that commission, because I encourage you to, to share this info. So, and the success of my business is built on word of mouth referrals, and I am blessed to share the wealth with you guys. I will post the referral program when I post the replay. I'll post the link with the details when I post the replay. The other thing I wanted to talk through just really quickly, the follow-up round, which will start in late June, you'll receive a return client discount if you'd like to do another round, start that second round. Just keep in mind your workouts will change, your macros will change based on your current progress. And so, again, you're going to feel that less pressure to spend time stressing over what fits your numbers. And you'll understand as well, tracking, logging, that kind of stuff. And then you can just really focus on grinding and dial in those results. Okay, so let's dive into what to expect in the next 4 weeks, or over the second half of our program. So we are on a 16-8, most of us are on a 16-8 intermittent fasting protocol. So using a shorter feeding window. Some of you have reported back waiting longer than 16 hours to eat, and, it didn't feel awful, and that you felt like, you could really push it, and like you felt, okay with it. And so with that in mind, we're going to, in week 5, you'll have the option to complete a 24-hour juice cleanse. And so I'll share like some more details kind of as we go along this coming week. But the 24-hour juice cleanse, guys, like I'm not like a detox and wrap and all of that crap stuff. I like this specialized juice cleanse because I'm really bad about getting in micronutrients, giving my body rest, true metabolic rest, which is what this does. Like I said, it's absolutely, it's doable. It's, you just drink a juice like every so many hours. And like I said, I like it because of the micronutrients and allowing our body to absorb them without it, having to process food as well. It's just like a faster way to do it. And so if you have questions on, I'll post some additional details on it, like I said, next week. And then we can kind of talk through there. So a few of the questions that I have received over the next 4 weeks of the program. So we're going into week 4. The schedule will remain the same as far as the workouts go. And then going into week 5 with that scheduled juice cleanse on that Thursday. Our workout schedule will change that week, whereas, that would be an active rest day. And then we'll also change up our cardio scheme, our HIIT workouts and strength training for that week. So keep that in mind. And then going into those last 3 weeks, 5 through 8, or I guess 6, yeah, 5 through 8, whatever. Going into weeks 5 through 8, the volume of our workouts, the reps will change. Right now we're doing, anywhere between 3 to 4 rounds of 12 reps, 10 reps, what have you. And so we're going to amp up the volume, which just means increasing the number of reps per round. And so the workouts might get a little bit longer, and we'll address as well through those weeks how you can manipulate it, how you can change the schedule, so that way you're getting the workouts in and not missing out on anything. I'm not going to tell you to like go do 2-a-days or anything anything silly like that, but just maybe some options to consider when you're trying to fit it all in. Let's see. I mean, that's really like, housekeeping wise, that's really all I wanted to address on this call. I meant to pose some questions. I'm sorry. I am just a mess today. Closer to normal. So let's see. Oh, okay. So one of the questions I received was about longer cardio sessions. Julie says that she just enjoys long runs on Saturday just because that's part of her routine prior to starting the program. And that's great. I personally think that long-form cardio does have its place, though sometimes, we can abuse it. And so for her, if it's something that you enjoy doing, definitely keep it in, and you would count that towards your active rest day. So even though it's a low-carb day, I think she does it on Saturdays. So if she does it after leg day, then Julie, just that would be your refeed day. So that's perfect timing to get that long form cardio in, or that easy run in. And if you feel, like I said, it doesn't have to be specifically running, but if there are workouts that you're missing, another girl mentioned Zumba, that was just something she enjoyed, definitely keep it up and use that as part of your active recovery. Or just, you just felt like sweating that day. Don't be afraid to get that in, and you're not doing any damage, and you're not going to delay your progress because you're getting in another workout. But if you're getting in like a crazy long workout, then that's a little bit different. Let's see, what was the other? Okay. Is there a percentage of macros we should have in each meal, and how many meals is recommended? What I like to do for breaking down those percentage, or breaking down like your total calories, is just decide how many meals you'd like to have within that 8-hour eating window. I break it down to 4. And so then, just dividing my total calories by 4. And then within that, knowing, okay, I'm going to use X amount of calories per meal. It roughly works, an even split throughout my afternoon. There's definitely times where it's, a bigger meal at lunch, or if I'm like really hungry. And then as far as the percentages of each macro, so say you're not sure, I think she's asking the ratios for each meal. I like to, and I know Melanie as well, time my carb intake around my workouts. You don't have to do this if you are brand new. I don't recommend you do it, just because it can add, not confusion, but just add another stress level. Don't worry about it. If you are confident in your macros and, nail them every day, then consider timing your carbs closer to your workout. Anywhere between 15-20% pre-workout if you work out in the afternoon, and then another 15 to 20% post-workout. So for me, if I'm working out at 5 a.m., then my first meal when I break my fast at typically around 10 or 11 is going to be heavier in carbs, and then I cut them down or reduce them you know, as the day progresses. So so hopefully that's helpful. If definitely ask questions if you're a little confused on that. Another question was at the end of the program, do we slowly increase carbs each time? I think before I kept them low based on me wanting them that way, but this time I think it would be best to increase to see if it changed, like if her body, like how her body reacts to it. Yes. And we'll address that too as we get closer. Those last couple of weeks, I talked through how to adjust your macros going forward, when to adjust your macros, like when it's appropriate. And we'll talk through that. Just quickly on that, to give you a quick answer, Michelle. The increase, yes, but it's going to be very small. So it's going to be anywhere between, 5 to 10%. Each week or every other week, depending on how you're feeling at those points. So yeah. So, and like I said, we'll go into some more details as it gets closer to the end. But like I said, for the time being, next week's schedule stays the same. That 5th week, you'll have the option to complete a 24-hour juice fast, which I love. And then our workouts will change in terms of intensity and volume. So get ready. You girls are rocking it. All right. I think that I've addressed all of the questions. If you have additional questions, definitely shoot me an email or post them on our Facebook page. And I will post this replay along with some notes once it is ready to go. All right, ladies, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.